Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually really excited about this topic because it's something that some of you have been requesting, so I definitely am happy to get it out for you guys. And I'm going to be talking about the gated communities here in Colorado Springs. So if that is something that you're interested in, if a little bit more privacy or being secluded is something that you're into, definitely stay tuned for this video so I can explain to you where and what is all involved in some of the gated communities here in Colorado Springs. So if you guys have any questions during this video, please feel free to reach out to me, leave something in the comments, call me, text me, whatever works for you guys. I love helping you guys out. I am a licensed broker here in the state of Colorado and would love to help you with your real estate needs. So feel free to hit me up at that contact info. And also, if you just have questions on the buying or selling process in general here in Colorado, definitely feel free to reach out. But let's get into it. So today's topic came from one of you guys, a couple of you guys actually. Gated communities here in Colorado Springs. Now, off the bat, nobody specified exactly what they were looking for, but I will say there are a couple of random condo communities, townhouse communities that have kind of just initial code gate that you get into, but there's not really any real security. There's not any massive walls that are going to separate you from someone who's really trying to get into the property. We actually don't even really have a setting in the MLS that'll kind of specify someone who wants a gated community, preferring to, like I said, that townhome or kind of condo situation. So I'm assuming they are kind of looking more into that high-end, maybe luxury home prices that do have that gated community aspect. So everything just off the bat in this video is going to be on the higher end of homes. And with that being said, I am also going to kind of do this video, not really in any particular order, but just to kind of make it sense. We're going to start on the east side of town if you're looking at the map and just make our way west. Most of the gated communities are on the west side. Again, these are going to be more of the luxury style homes, and therefore they are going to be up more on the mountain. So to make it easy, we're going to start on the east, make our way west. And so let's get into it for the first couple communities. So the two communities that I want to mention first are both going to be in the Black Forest area. Black Forest as a whole just sits on the northeast side of Colorado Springs. It's just full of tall, huge ponderosa trees. It's a very shaded area and therefore just is a very desirable place to be here in Colorado Springs. The two areas are going to actually be one kind of on the far eastern side of Black Forest, which is going to be Black Forest Reserves, and then I guess kind of on the western side of Black Forest, kind of right next to I-25, is going to be High Forest Ranch. But Black Forest Reserves is actually going to start around a price point of $800,000 and go up to $1.4 million. A lot of these homes are going to be custom built and they're going to have a lot of stone and stucco. That's just kind of the feel that the homeowners association wants to keep among the community, and I find a lot of homeowners don't mind that because since they are in those huge ponderosas, they just like still having that Colorado mountain feel. But that area, like I said, that's going to be a lot of custom homes, so you know you can have a lot of flexibility with what you want to build out there. But I would say on average what we're seeing resale right now are those 4 to 6 bedroom, 5 to 8 bath, definitely a 3-car up to 5-car garage, room for your RV, boats, what have you. That area does offer a lot of walking trails, a lot of open space. It is a gated community, but it is not a manned community. It's going to be definitely one of those where you just more pull up in your car and you kind of punch in a code and therefore the gate opens and you can make your way in. I will say more likely the crime out there in general, not just in those particular gated communities, but just in general in Black Forest, is relatively low. It's kind of a ways from town to begin with, and you know, I don't really hear about a lot of people going trekking through the forest to get to your properties. But that's what you can expect from Black Forest Reserves. Now on the other side, like I mentioned, that's going to be closer to I-25, is the High Forest Ranch, and that area actually has a manned gate. It's not 24 hours, but there is someone that is at that gate if you need to come and go or have questions. Those homes are also going to be now starting at that higher end of maybe 1.3, 1.4 up to 3.2 million. And those actually offer acreage of about 2.5 up to 39 acres. High Forest Ranch also offers a lot of variety. They have around 8 miles of hiking trail. They have 2 stocked fishing ponds. They have a huge lodge that has gym equipment and a banquet hall that you can rent out for whatever event you may have. But that actually just has more of a community feel within it. So just something to note, living in Black Forest, regardless of where you live, is you do sit at a little bit higher elevation than the rest of Colorado Springs, and therefore expect to get a little bit more snow on average. Also expect for that snow to stick to the ground longer than you're gonna find in town. With those big old trees, it's just not gonna melt as quick as we see it on the rest of the Front Range. So now if you move across town down to the southwest area near the Broadmoor, you're gonna come across the Broadmoor Resort Community. This is a manned gate, and this is probably one of our more popular gated communities in town, but more so probably because it's just so large. This area is going to be over 200 acres of homes, and they're newer, kind of started being developed in the 1990s, and they also just reflect the Broadmoor Resort feel. The Broadmoor Resort sits down just below Cheyenne Mountain, and therefore the community kind of goes up on the side of Cheyenne Mountain. So you're gonna have beautiful views of just surrounding area and wildlife, and then it kind of just overlooks the resort and then all the twinkling lights of downtown. You're definitely gonna have some of the most and best breathtaking views in town when your home is located in the Broadmoor Resorts, but you're also gonna find that you can get a lot of variety within those luxury price points. Since everything is also custom built in this area, you're gonna find homes between the 300,000 square feet all the way up to 14,000 square feet. So when it comes to beds and baths, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have a variety of probably things that we're seeing around 5 to 6 bedroom, you know, anywhere from 8 to 11 bathroom. Definitely gonna have 3 cars, up to 8 car garage. The majority of these homes are gonna have circular driveways. One perk about this area is that it does have additional membership to the Broadmoor Resort that I know a lot of just Broadmoor residents in general take advantage of. The Broadmoor here is a great resort. It gets a lot of attraction and tourism year round, but just even the locals go, they have lunch, they have, you know, a show, they just walk the property in general because it is so beautiful. So I would definitely take advantage of it if I was a Broadmoor Resort resident, but that is something you can expect. You can easily find it just right off of the entrance to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, which sits up pretty high. So you have quick accessibility to the zoo if you got kiddos and you want to take them that way. There are a couple of nearby elementary schools. A lot of people also like the Broadmoor Resort community because you are in that Cheyenne Mountain District 12, which is a very sought out school district here. You have District 20 to the north, which Black Forest sits in, but then you do have District 12 down south, which just always excels in their sports and academics. But overall, the Broadmoor Resort is a 24-hour manned community. Your HOAs go towards maintenance on that gate, payroll for those guys, and then also just a lot of the typical trash removal, snow removal, things of that sort. Another very, very similar gated community, actually just slightly north of the Broadmoor Resorts community, is going to be the Stratton Preserves. Stratton Preserves also sits at the base of Cheyenne Mountain, and it is actually right next to Cheyenne Mountain High School. Again, you're in that awesome district of District 12 here in town. Very similar to the Broadmoor Resorts. Like I said, sits slightly north, but you're gonna find a lot of almost all custom homes. These homes are gonna be more so built between 2000, 2006, 2010. Everything's gonna be a minimum at least 6,000 square feet. You're going to have great views of the mountain because you're on it. So there's a lot of wildlife that you got to see on a regular basis, and then also it overlooks the city. So again, you get all those twinkling lights in the evening time. These homes again are gonna be on average 5 to 7 bedroom, 5 to 11, 12 bathroom. You know, people just get creative with their custom builds, but that's on average what you're going to expect to see in this area. These homes, as like the Broadmoor Resorts, are gonna range in price between $1 million to $3 million, and then also sit on about 1 acre to 4 acre lots. A good thing that both of these communities have is that you are just minutes away from several things. There is a ton of shopping just down the road, Cheyenne Mountain Road and a couple other main streets that can get you to grocery stores, gyms, fast food, restaurant, even downtown. Both communities, you could probably get to downtown in about 10 to 12 minutes. So good location to be up on the mountain with a variety of views. The next gated community on this list, and actually kind of one of my favorites, is going to be the Kissing Camel Estates. Now the Kissing Camel Estates are a little bit even farther north than the Stratton Reserves, but you're still on the west side of town. And what makes this just some of the most prime real estate in town is that you have beautiful views of Garden of the Gods Park. A lot of these homes, they not only sit around a championship 27-hole golf course, the Kissing Camels golf course, but then you also look out to the west, all of Garden of the Gods. When you're in those southern gated communities like Stratton Preserves and the Broadmoor resorts, yes, you have views kind of just of the mountain because you're on the mountain, but these homes in Kissing Camel actually kind of have a little bit of distance between you and Garden of the Gods Park. So you're really embraced with a lot of like big, beautiful rock formations, Pikes Peak in the distance. You also can turn to the east and have all of those twinkling lights down below the city. So it's just a really, really breathtaking area. And again, like I said, it's surrounded by that golf course. The area does have a lot of homes that had been starting development in the 50s. So you're gonna see a lot of older homes, but they're just big ranch style homes that from the outside definitely have that 1950s look. But then a lot of the homes inside we're seeing are being redone, remodeled, updated. So that's really nice. I will say that there's not a lot of turnover in that community. Once people kind of move in, they don't leave, and I definitely can see why. But you can definitely expect existing home prices right now to be between about $1 million and $3 million. And again, like I said, those are big ranch styles, so they're gonna be more of like a 4-bedroom, 5-bath, 2-car garage, maybe 3-car garage. But as I'd mentioned, people are updating and remodeling constantly with those homes, so that is kind of a nice touch. The other thing that I really like about Kissing Camels Estate is that they do have a few available lots left, and Toll Brothers is a national builder who just has a really great product. Toll Brothers is out in Kissing Camels Estate where they are just putting up homes. Right now they have 2 different collections that you could choose from. They have the Preserves, and then they also have the Red Rocks at Kissing Camels. Now, these are just some of my favorite homes. Just in general, Toll Brothers, like I said, they have a great product. I love what they produce. I love their layout, floor plans. Right now, you can find the Preserve starting around upper 700,000s into, like I said, it's custom, so we can get into the millions. And then the Red Rocks model at the Kissing Camels, they're gonna start at around $1 million and go up from there. We definitely have a lot of custom build home builders here, but I would definitely look into the Toll Brothers just in general if that is something you wanted to go the new build route, because you can't stress it enough. They just have a great product. They put in beautiful fixtures and finishes into their homes, and the fact that they are in Kissing Camels, I'm not even surprised. It would be the place that they would be. So the thing that you're probably gonna like the most about Kissing Camels though, as a gated community, is that it only has 2 entrances, one from the north and then one from the east. They both are manned, guarded 24 hours a day, and they actually are kind of strict to get into. Even as a real estate agent, I have to have a showing appointment. I have to call the guard center to even put my name on the list. So it is a little bit of a process, but if you're wanting that gated community and that privacy, that's probably definitely one of the better communities that really reinforce their gated situation. So if we make our way west up Highway 24, you're gonna come across Cedar Heights. Cedar Heights is actually kind of across the street from Manitou Springs. If you're coming off of Highway 24, you can either kind of venture into Manitou Springs or venture into the community of Cedar Heights. This is a gated community. It is manned 24 hours. It's actually kind of hard to get into. Even as a realtor, you need an appointment and have to show your business card, which is great for you residents that want to live there. But even though I'm putting this one on my list because it is a very desirable community to be in, I'm gonna try and be unbiased with it. It's my channel though, so I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. Cedar Heights has a lot of strict building requirements. They have a lot of hoops you gotta jump through when picking your builder, when picking your architect design, when picking your plot. It's a process, more so than any of the other communities. Also, when doing that, you don't have as many lots to choose from as it may appear. You do have a map. I have a map. Most realtors have a map of the available lots for sale within that community, but a lot of them that look available are not. And that is because that area has a lot of issues with soil and then also just high water tables underneath the soil. A lot of the area does have very steep kind of fall offs, so you can't build on them. This is kind of strange to me because I've definitely seen some lots that I was told were not buildable. Can't build on it, don't even try. But then there is another house that's sitting just a few feet away. So I don't know if they did their due diligence when building their home. I hope they did, but I just kind of find it strange that with so many lots having soil issues, other homes a few feet away can be just fine. The area does have beautiful views of Pikes Peak. I mean, Pikes Peak is just right in your face when you have a home within Cedar Heights. You have a view of all of Pikes Peak, the mountain range, Manitou Springs, and then again to the east, all those twinkling little lights. There's a lot of wildlife, a lot of vegetation in this area. And right now you can find lots for sale that are between $80,000 up to $360,000 just for the lot. The homes in the area, we're seeing a resale price right now of between $650,000 up to $1 million. And those are typically going to be 3 to 5 bedroom, 3 to 5 bath, and probably around 3,000 to 3,500 square feet. I definitely don't want to totally discourage you from looking into Cedar Heights, but I would highly recommend doing your due diligence. I always do my due diligence when dealing with properties in that community, more so, like I said, with the soil and plot lines just in general, but it does have magnificent views and a little bit more privacy, just kind of being slightly outside of the city limits. And the last gated community that I'm going to talk about today is going to be actually in Woodland Park. If you continue on your way west on Highway 24, Woodland Park is about 15 minutes, 20 minutes from the western neighborhoods here in Colorado Springs. It technically is in Teller County, we're El Paso County, but a lot of people live in Woodland Park and they just kind of come down the mountain, down Highway 24 to get into town. It's not a big commute, a lot of people do it. But this is a really interesting gated community. Majestic Park is just slightly north of the majority of Woodland Park, and there are 570 acres of subdivision there. There are 16 lots, and each lot comes with 35 acres. All these homes are going to be custom built. There is a manned gate. There's only one way in and one way out, and that is through that manned gate. The roads are really windy. A lot of the driveways are going to be very steep. Getting construction machinery up to go build your home is going to be kind of difficult. Right now, we are seeing some resale. Every year or so, someone does end up selling, but there's not a whole lot of turnaround. Again, those homes are custom built, so there's just going to be a variety of bedrooms and bathrooms. But a lot of the homes are going to keep with that just mountain decor, a lot of stucco, a lot of stone, a lot of wood. They want to feel like they are in the forest because the subdivision actually sits right next to Pike National Forest. So this area is just full of big ponderosa trees and Douglas fir and just very thick forested area. It does have an HOA, and that HOA does mostly go to fire prevention for the area. The fire station in Woodland Park is actually just about 1 mile, maybe a little bit less than a mile outside of the Majestic Park entrance. So that's kind of good to know, but they do put a lot of work and money into their fire prevention for that area since they are just such a wooded, large area. Most of these homes were built between 2000 and 2015, and right now we're seeing a resale price of about $1.5 million up to $3.5 million. Well, there you go, you guys. There are the gated communities within Colorado Springs and just slightly surrounding areas. As I had mentioned in the beginning, we do have a couple of little townhouses and condo communities that have a gate, but it's not manned, it's not anything serious. You could easily probably just hop the fence or just break the machine to get into the gate if you were that serious about it. So that's what this video is more targeted towards, was those truly gated security communities that are here in town. So if you have any questions over anything that I mentioned, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, I am that licensed broker here up and down the Front Range, and I would love to help you through real estate needs. Feel free to reach out, call me, text me, leave something in the comments. If there is a topic or something about the city that you want to learn about, definitely reach out and I will try and get a video out for you so you can learn all about it. But hit that subscribe button in the meantime, and I will see you guys next week.